It's time for everybody's favorite show, Marshall and Riley Read Creepypastas. This episode, Jeff the Killer. Hello everybody, this is Marshall.
And this is Riley.
And, we are going to be doing a new series called Marshall and Riley Read Creepypastas.
Yay!
Yeah, he sounds so excited, doesn't he?
I'm a good actor.
Really, yeah. So, of course we have to start with Jeff the Killer. Because he's, yeah.
Maybe next we should do, the one thing you were complaining about having not enough, popularity over recent years because another game has taken the spotlight instead of it.
It's Slender Man!
I didn't want to say it flat out, but
I just did. You're currently closed in submission period. Okay, that's good. Creepypasta.com. Okay, yeah. So, I don't know how this is going to turn out. We don't know who's playing who now.
We only know that he's the narrator and I'm Jeff.
We'll see.
That's all we
If
really
we laugh, okay. Okay.
So we just kind of switch off and forth.
1, 2, 3. Scene. Okay. Excerpt from local newspaper. Ominous unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, a young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks, and bravely tells the story.
I had a bad dream and I woke up in the middle of the night,
says the boy. I
saw that for some reason the window was open, even though I remembered it being closed before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more. Afterwards, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in the little ray of light illuminating from between my curtains, were a pair of two eyes. These weren't regular eyes. They were dark, ominous eyes. They were bordered in black and just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth, a long, horrendous smile that made every hair on my body stand up. The figure stood there, watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said a simple phrase. He said it, a simple phrase, but said in a way only a madman could speak it. He said, "Go to sleep," and I let out a scream. That's what sent him at me. He pulled up a knife, aimed at my heart. He jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around, trying to knock him off me. That's when my dad busted in. The man threw the knife. It went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if the neighbors hadn't alerted the police. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash, like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out to see him vanishing in the distance. I can tell you one thing. I will never forget that face, those cold, evil eyes, and that psychotic smile. They will never leave my head.
Police are still on the look for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in this story, please contact your local police department. Now to the backstory. Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood. His dad has gotten a promotion at work. Riley's phone is ringing, everybody. And they thought it would be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother Lee, I don't know, couldn't complain though. A new, better house. What was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of their neighbors came by. "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and introduce my son."
I'm not sure. When would be a good time to have me pack up?
Have you pack up? I don't know. Something. I don't know. 4. Sorry, people. I'll probably cut this out, but Riley's, yeah.
Alright. No.
18 plus.
Okay. Bye. So, yeah, until 4.
Okay.
Pick me up around 4.
Well, people will come cutting this out, but let's see where we. Let's start back at this paragraph here. Hello, she said. I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and introduce my son. She turns around and calls her son over. Billy, these are our new neighbors. Billy.
Hi.
Yes, Billy said hi and ran back to play in his yard.
Well,
Said Jeff's mom.
I'm Margaret, and this is my husband Peter and my 2 sons, Jeff and Liu.
They each introduced themselves, and then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday.
Yay.
Jeff and his brother were about to object when the mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family are done packing, Jeff went up to his mom.
Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you haven't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid. Jeff,
Said his mother.
we just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbors. Now we're going to that party, and that's final.
Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself, knowing that he couldn't do anything. Whenever his mom said something, it was final. He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there looking at the ceiling when suddenly he got a weird feeling. Not so much a pain, but a weird feeling. He dismissed it, and as just some random feeling. He heard his mother call him down to get his stuff, and walked down to get it. The next day, Jeff walked down Jeff walked down the stairs to get breakfast and got ready for school. As he sat there eating his breakfast, once again he got that feeling. This time it was stronger. It gave him a slight tugging pain, but he once again dismissed it. After he and Liu finished breakfast, they walked down to the bus stop. What did I say? Bus stop? Sure, okay. They sat there waiting for the bus. And then, all of a sudden, some kid on a skateboard jumped over to them, only inches above their laps. Both kids jumped back in surprise.
Who is this?
I don't know who this is.
Hey, what the hell?
The kid landed and turned back to them. He kicked his skateboard up and caught it with his hands. The kid seemed to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an Aeropostale, whatever, shirt, and ripped blue jeans. Well, it looks like we got some new meat. Suddenly 2 other kids appeared. One was super skinny and one was huge. Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there is Keith. Jeff and Liu looked over at the skinny boy. He had a dopey face that you would expect a sidekick to have. And he is Try. They looked over at the fat kid. Talk about a tub of lard. The kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling. And I, said the first kid, am Randy. Now for all you kids in the neighborhood, there is a small price for bus fare, if you catch my drift. Liu stood up, ready to punch the lights out of the kid's eye when one of his friends pulled a knife on him. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I had hoped that you would be more cooperative, but it seems we must do this the hard way. The kid walked up to Liu and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now it was truly strong, a burning sensation. He stood up, but Liu gestured him to sit down. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid. Is this? Oh, no, this is you. This is Jeff. Probably, yeah.
Listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet or else.
Randy put the wallet in his knife. What? Randy put Sure. Randy put the wallet in his pocket and pulled out his own knife. Oh, and what will you do? Just as he finished his sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed, and Jeff grabbed the knife from his hands. Troy and Keith rushed to Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Wait, did he pick up the knife? Yes, he did grab the knife. I was gonna say, what did he stab him with? His teeth? Keith dropped the knife and fell to the ground, screaming. Ah! Jeff rushed. That's a misspelled word. Rushed him too. But Jeff didn't even need the knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach, and Troy went down. As he fell, he puked all over. Jeff, Leo could do nothing but look in amazement at Jeff. Am I Lou? Am I Lou?
You're Lou.
Jeff, how do you? That was all he said. They saw the bus coming and knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing, so they started running as fast as they could. As they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Leo made it to school, they didn't dare tell what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Leo just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids, but Jeff knew it was something more. It was something scary. This is a creepypasta, of course it's scary. It's supposed to be. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. The urge to just hurt someone. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away and stay away for the entire day of school. Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop, and how now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and he said in a somewhat ominous tone,
"It was a wonderful day."
The next morning, he heard a knock at his front door. He walked down to find 2 police officers at the door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look. You're your mother, yeah.
Jeff, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids. That wasn't regular fighting, and that it wasn't regular fighting, and that they were stabbed. Stabbed, son!
Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true.
Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Leo.
Son, said one of the cops, we found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, 1 having bruises on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. Now what does that tell us? Jeff knew it was no use. He could say him and Leo had been attacked, but there was no proof. It was not them who attacked first. They couldn't say that they weren't fleeing, because truth be told they were. Fleeing, because truth be told they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Leo.
Son, call down your brother.
Jeff couldn't do it, since it was him who beat up all the kids.
Sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Leo tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me.
The cop looked at his partner, and they both nod. Well, kid, looks like a year in juvie. Wait, says Leo. Is Leo older?
Possibly.
I'm playing him younger. Wait, says Leo. They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officers pulled their guns and locked them on Leo. It was me. I beat up those little punks. I have the marks to prove it. He lifted up his sleeves to reveal cuts and bruises, as if he was in a struggle. Son, just put the knife down, said the officer. Leo held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. He put his hands up and walked over to the cops.
No, Leo, it was me. I did it.
Jeff had tears running down his face. Huh? Wait, who is that?
Huh, poor bro. Trying to take the blame for what I did. Well, no, that's you.
What, is me? Okay. How am I supposed to get? Huh, poor bro. Trying to take the blame for what I did. Well, take me away, coppers. The police led Leo out to the patrol car.
Leo, tell them it was me. Tell them I was the one who beat up those kids.
Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulders.
Jeff, please, you don't have to lie. We know it's Leo. You can stop.
Jeff watched helplessly as the cop car speeds off with Leo inside. A few minutes later, Jeff's dad pulled into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong. Son, what is it? Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the bad news to him, as Jeff wept in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house. Seeing that his parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed, he couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought of Leo when it was his fault. He just went to sleep, trying to get the whole thing off his mind. 2 days went by. No word from Leo at the GDC. JDC. Why do I always do that? JDC. No friends to hang out with. Nothing but sadness and guilt. That is until Saturday, when Jeff woke up by his mother with a happy, sunshiny face.
Jeff, it's the day.
She said as she opened up the curtains and let light flood into his room.
What's today?
asked Jeff as he stirs awake.
Why, it's Billy's party.
He was now fully awake.
Mom, you're joking, right? You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after...
There was a long pause.
Jeff, we both know what happened. I think this party could be the thing that brightens up the past days. Now, get dressed.
Jeff's mother walked out of the room, out of the room and downstairs to get herself ready. He found himself to get up. He picked out a random shirt and a pair of jeans and walked down the stairs. He saw his mother and father all dressed up. His mother in a dress and his father in a suit. He thought, why they would ever wear such fancy clothes to a kid's party. Son, is that all you're going to wear? Yeah, it's you. Oh, said Jeff's mom.
Better than wearing too much,
he said. His mother pushed down the feelings to yell at him and hid it with a smile.
Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but
that's me. Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression, he said his father. Jeff grunted and went back up to his room.
I don't have any fancy clothes,
he yelled downstairs.
Just pick out something,
called his mother. He looked around in a closet for what he would call fancy. He found a pair of black dress pants he had for special occasions and an undershirt. He couldn't find a shirt to go with it, though. He looked around and found only striped and patterned shirts, none of which go with dress pants. Finally, he found a white hoodie and put it on. You're wearing that? They both said. His mother looked down at her watch. Oh,
no time to change. Yeah. Let's just go,
she said as she herded Jeff and his father out the door. They crossed the street over to Barbara and Billy's house. They knocked on the door, and it appeared that Barbara, just like her parents, were way overdressed. As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults, no kids. The kids are out of the yard! Jeff, how about you go and meet some of them? Said Barbara. Jeff walked outside to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shooting each other with plastic guns. He might as well be standing in a Toys R Us. Suddenly, a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun and hat.
Hey, wanna play?
He said.
No, kid. I'm way too old for this stuff.
The kid looked at him with a weird puppy dog face.
Please,
said the kid.
Fine,
said Jeff. He put on the hat and started to pretend shoot at the kids. At first, he thought it was totally ridiculous, but then he started to actually have fun. It might not have been super cool, but it was the first time he had done something that took his mind off Liu. So he played with the kids for a while until he heard a noise, a weird rolling noise. That's when it hit him. Randy, Troy, and Keith all jumped over the fence on their skateboards. Jeff dropped the fake gun and ripped off his hat. Randy looked at Jeff with a burning hatred. Hello, Jeff. Jeff, is it? He said. We have some unfinished business. Jeff saw his bruised nose. I think we're even. I think we're even. Yeah. I beat the crap out of you, and you get my brother sent to JDC. Right here. You hit enter, and you make it another paragraph. If I know anything.
Calm down.
Yeah, okay.
Just don't worry.
Randy got an angry look in his eyes. Oh no, I don't go for even. I go for winning. You may have kicked our asses that one day, but not today. As he said that, Randy rushed at Jeff. They both fell to the ground. Randy punched Jeff in the nose, and Jeff grabbed him by the ears and headbutted him. Ooh. Jeff pushed Randy off of him, and both rose to their feet. Kids were screaming, and parents were running out of the house. Troy and Keith, Keith, both pulled guns out of their pockets. No one interrupts, or the guns will fly. Who says that? They said. Randy pulled a knife on Jeff and stabbed it into his shoulder. Jeff screamed, "Ah!" and fell to his knees. Randy started kicking him in the face. After 3 kicks, Jeff grabbed his foot and twisted it, causing Randy to fall to the floor. Ah! Jeff stood up and walked towards the back door. Troy grabbed him.
Need some help?
I don't know, that's probably Troy. Need some help? He picks Jeff up by the back of the collar and throws him through the patio door. As Jeff tries to stand up, he is kicked down to the ground. Randy repeatedly starts kicking Jeff until he starts to cough up blood. Yeah. Oh, was that you acting there? Mm-hmm. Okay, nothing. Come on, Jeff, fight me. He picks Jeff up and throws him into the kitchen. Randy sees the bottle of vodka on the counter and smashes the glass over Jeff's head. Fight! He throws Jeff back into the living room. Come on, Jeff, look at me. Jeff glances up, his face riddled with blood. I was the one who got your brother sent to the JDC, and who calls Julie the JDC? And now you're just gonna sit here and let him rot in there for a whole year. You should be ashamed. Jeff starts to get up. Oh, finally, you stand. What the heck? What is that letter there? Oh, it's probably, that's just something with there was a little speck there with that. What the heck was that? What kind of A is that? Oh, finally, you stand and fight. Jeff is now to his feet, blood and vodka on his face. That's a weird combination. Once again, he gets that strange feeling, the one that he hasn't felt for a while. Finally, he's up, says Randy as he runs at Jeff. Then, that's when it happened. Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche is destroyed. All rational thinking is gone. All he can do is kill. He grabs Randy and pile drives, what the heck is that? Tim to the floor.
Wrestling move? Pile driver?
I don't know nothing. To the floor. He gets on top of him and punches him straight in the heart. The punch causes Randy's heart to stop. As Randy grasps for breath. Arthur, that's a period, not a comma.
You're being too picky. You can see how it might mix up.
No, I can't. Jeff hammers down on him. Punch after punch, blood gushes from Randy's body until he takes one final breath and dies. Everyone is looking at Jeff now. The parents, the crying kids, even Troy and Keith. Why do I want to say Kenneth? It's not that though. Your giraffe. Although they easily break from their gaze and point their gun to Jeff, Jeff sees the gun is trained at him and runs for the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith let out fire on him, each shot missing. Jeff runs up the stairs. He hears Troy and Keith follow up behind. As they let out their final round of bullets, Jeff ducks into the bathroom. He grabs a towel rack and rips it off the wall. Troy and Keith race in, knives ready.
Before we continue, I just want to say, I bet everyone out there is going to think I'm like super rich because now apparently I have a giraffe named Kenneth. They'll think
Lego
I
Batman
have
2.
One.
No, they won't. Lego Batman 2.
Yeah.
People.
That's a video game.
We can play Lego Batman 3. So, okay, Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack into Troy's face. Troy goes down hard, and now all that's left is Keith. He is more agile than Tony, though, and ducks when Jeff Troy.
Not Tony.
Tony, wow. I think I said Tony before once, maybe. Okay, he's more agile than Troy, though, and ducks when Jeff swings the towel rack. He drops the knife and grabs Jeff by the neck. He pushes him into the wall. A thing of bleach fell down on top of him. Falls down, Arthur. Falls down on top of him from the top shelf. It burned both of them, and they both... Bleach burn? What? And they both start to scream. He pushed a thing of bleach. It burnt both of them.
So we're going...
Bleach?
So we're going
Really?
all Michael Jackson on this?
Really? Okay, sure, that burned. I guess. Okay, sure, that burned. I don't know. I don't know.
Going all Michael Jackson
I know nothing
here?
about the world. As Jeff wiped his eyes as best he could, he pulled back the towel rack and swung it straight into Keith's eyes. As he lay there, bleeding to death, he let out an ominous smile. So let's see this here. Okay, we're still going. Okay. What's so funny? I don't know. He asks Jeff. Keith pulls out a lighter and switched it on. What?
Oh no, that's me.
We're reading Jeff the Killer. We're playing me and Riley Read Creepypastas.
We're playing that.
We're playing,
Yes.
sure.
What's so funny?
What?
That's me.
Oh, ask. Oh, that's Jeff. Oh, sorry. I don't
Just
know.
doing my part.
Oh, yeah.
Continue.
Ask Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. What's funny, he said? He said, you're covered in bleach and alcohol. Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the lighter at him. As soon as the flame made contact with him, the flames ignited the alcohol in the vodka. Well, the alcohol burned him. The bleached his skin.
Oh,
Jeff,
no.
oh no! Jeff,
Ah!
you did that before I read it.
Sorry. I've done that before, too.
Jeff let out a terrible screech as he caught on fire. He tried to roll out the fire, but it was no use. The alcohol had made him a walking inferno. As he ran down the hall and fell down the stairs. Everybody started screaming as they saw Jeff, now a man on fire, dropped to the ground, nearly dead. The last thing Jeff saw was his mother and the other parents trying to extinguish the flame. That's when he passed out. From now on, we're going to do the most ridiculous voice we can, okay? Okay.
Alright, I have to get a, kind of crazy, half crazy voice for Jeff anyways.
Yeah. When Jeff woke, he had a cast wrapped around his face. He couldn't see anything, but he felt a cast on his shoulder and stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up, but he realized there was some tube in his arm. And when he tried to get up, it fell out. A nurse rushed in. "I don't think you can get out of bed just yet," she said as she put him back in bed and reinserted the tube. Jeff sat there with no vision, no idea of what his surroundings were. Finally, after hours, he heard his mother.
"Honey, are you okay?"
She asked. Jeff couldn't answer though. His face was covered and he was unable to speak.
"Oh, honey, I have great news."
Wait, who's saying that? Okay, okay.
After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed of trying to attack you, they decided to let Leo go.
This made Jeff almost bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube coming out of his arm.
"He'll be out by tomorrow, and then you two will be able to be back together again."
He's in the hospital. Well,
yay!
Sure, okay.
They can be together in the hospital. You can
Yeah,
visit.
okay. I don't know. Okay, this is a bad idea. Jeff's mother hugs Jeff and says their goodbyes. The next couple of weeks were those where Jeff was visited by his family. They came the day where his bandages were to be removed. His family was all there to see it, what he would look like. As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everyone was on the edge of their seats. They waited until the last bandage, holding the cover over his face, was almost removed.
Let's hope for the best,"
said the doctor. I'm just doing a regular voice. I don't know. He quickly pulls the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screams at the sight of his face. Leo and Jeff's dad stare awestruck at his face.
It's the worst scream I've ever done. What happened to my face?"
Jeff said. He rushed out of the bed and ran to the bathroom. He looked in the mirror and saw the cause of distress. His face. It's horrible. His lips were burned to a deep shade of red. His face had turned into a pure white color. His face. I thought it said his hair. And his hair had slid from brown to black. What?
Singed.
That can make so singed. I can't read.
Neither
Singed
can I.
from brown to black. He slowly put his hand to his face. It had sort of a leathery feel to it now. He looked back at his family, then back at the mirror. "Jeff," said Lou, "it's not that bad."
"Not that bad?"
said Jeff.
"It's perfect."
His family were equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. What did I say? Oh, you're laughing, okay. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. His parents noticed that his left eye and hand were twitching. Jeff? I don't know who the family member. I don't know what family member this is. Jeff? Are you okay?
Okay, I've never felt more happy. Look at me. This face goes perfectly with me.
He couldn't stop laughing. He stroked his face.
Supposed to be laughing.
Yeah, he stroked his face, feeling it, looking at it in the mirror. What caused this? Well, you may recall when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his mind, his sanity, snapped. Now he's left as a crazy killing machine. That is, his parents didn't know. Okay, I have to stop this now. You don't become a killer just because you got a feeling. Where did the feeling come from? We need a backstory to...
We need a backstory to the backstory of Jeff the Killer. Someone please get on that. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Something causes you, and it's not just a feeling. I mean, you get the feeling after whatever happens, maybe, but what the heck?
You need to kill your first person in order to get that feeling.
Yeah.
Which begs the question, when did Jeff
But why
kill
does he
first?
some people don't have the feeling. Some people that kill, they're just like
Kill for fun. Some people just
kill
kill
for
for
fun,
fun, kill
or,
for a job.
kill for great discussion we're having here. We're reading an equally great story. It's a wonderful story, I know.
Wonderful. Anyway.
Okay.
Doctor?
Yeah. So Jeff's mom.
Is my son alright, in the head?
Oh,
yes.
okay, yeah.
This behavior is typical for patients that have taken very large amounts of painkillers. If this behavior doesn't change in a few weeks, bring him back here, and we'll give him a psychological test.
Are you sure? Are you sure, doctor? You're wrong.
You sure, Doc?
But are you sure, doctor? Did they see?
I need a psychological test.
He murdered these kills. I don't know. Oh, Jeff killed him.
Oh, thank you, Doc.
Doctor.
Sorry, Doctor.
Jeff's mother went over to Jeff.
Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go.
This little thing that's aiming to that. The quotation marks is aiming to the other part of the sentence. Should be there. Should be, yeah.
Bringing up so many little details.
Who even wrote this? Who wrote this? Do we even know who wrote this originally?
I'm sure it'll be.
Yeah.
I'm sure people.
Jeff looks away from the mirror. His face still formed into a crazy smile.
Okay, Mommy.
His mother took him by the shoulder and took him to get his clothes.
Yay.
This is what came in, said the lady at the desk. Jeff's mom looked down to see the black dress pants and white hoodie her son wore. Now they were clean of blood and now stitched together. Whose mom? Jeff's mom led him to his room and made him put his clothes on. Was he naked? then they left, not knowing that this was that this was their final day of life.
Bum bum
Bum. Bum.
Ominous chord.
Awkward turtle. No, this is an awkward turtle. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to a sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. When she looked into the bathroom, she saw,
horrendous.
Horrendous, oh my gosh, Marshall. Horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a knife and carved a smile into his cheek.
Jeff, what are you doing?
Asked his mother. Jeff looked over to his mother.
I couldn't keep smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever.
Jeff's mom noticed his eyes, ringed in black. Really, Woods. Why, Woods? Why do you exist? Okay.
Jeff, your eyes.
His eyes were seemingly never closing.
I couldn't see my face. I got tired, and my eyes started to close. I burned out the eyelid so I could forever see myself, my new face.
Okay, make Jeff the killer have a high-pitched voice now.
I can't get high.
Then I will voice.
I can get high.
Can we
but
switch?
I can't
We're
get
switching.
high
I'm getting tired.
But no.
Oh, we're almost done. Oh wow. We really almost done?
I want to be Jeff the killer. We
Okay,
have this
we're
much
almost
left.
done. Oh wow. I didn't even. Okay, yeah.
We have this much left.
Okay, yeah. Where are
Right.
we? Yeah. Wait. Which one? Yeah.
My new face.
Well, my new. Oh yeah. Okay. Jeff's mother slowly started to back away, seeing that her son was going insane.
What's wrong, Mommy? Aren't I beautiful? Yes, son.
She said.
Yes, you are. Let me go get Daddy so we can see your face.
She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from sleeping.
Honey, get the gun.
Really? Get the gun. Wow. She called 911. She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway holding a knife.
Mommy, you lied.
And that's the last thing they hear. Heard, maybe. Would work better as a word. Really, Arthur? As Jeff rushes them with the knife, gutting both of them. His brother, Liu, woke up, startled by some noises. He didn't hear anything else, so he just shut his eyes and tried to go back to sleep. As he was on the border of slumber, he got the strangest feeling that someone was watching him. Just like the original kid in the beginning. Oh, wow. He looked up before Jeff's hands covered his mouth. He slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Liu. Liu thrashed here and there, trying to escape from Jeff's grip.
Shh.
Jeff said.
Just go to sleep.
The end. Well, there. Wow. I didn't. I don't know. I never actually heard all the story. I don't think I ever listened to the whole thing.
I'm pretty sure I've heard this story before. I haven't heard it in a while, but yeah.
Well, there you go. That was
so.
disturbing.
That was the first episode of this.
Yay! If we keep going this on. That was disturbing. Well, that's always good.
Well, I know one we can also do, but it's a bit of a long one. Took about 45 minutes for the person I watched to do it.
We're not doing that. Can we just leave some nice, simple Slender Man story that I love. Okay, we got to do this. I love Slender Man so much.
Well,
we're planning on getting married. If you don't know, this took us 35. This is 35 minutes.
Well, congratulations.
I know. Yeah.
I kind of wanna do I've gotten addicted to creepypastas. I've been watching them.
And I hate creepypastas. I don't know why we're even doing this.
I've been listening to people read them. I've been looking them up myself. And I found a couple that interested me.
Do you think anybody's even going to watch this?
Possibly.
Because there's, everybody else on the YouTube machine reads creepypastas.
Right.
So.
Still.
But still, we're kids.
We're new, so.
Yeah. Jack the Killer. Well, there you go, people. Like that disturbing thing? Yeah, have fun sleeping tonight, everybody. Have fun sleeping tonight. I never
sleep anyways. So.
I know, at least has insomnia. So, thank you guys for watching. You probably clicked off after minute 5. Yeah. So, because...
If that.
Who's gonna listen to this? I mean, really? Who the heck are these kids?
We're forced to listen to it because we're recording it.
Yeah, I gotta... well, I'm not gonna talk tomorrow, because... Well, thank you guys for watching. Go and if you see Jeff the Killer,
Pretend to sleep.
If you see Jeff the Killer, knock your head a little bit because he's not real, people. Just knock your head or consult your doctor because he's not real.
At least we're not as weird as that guy. At least we're not as weird as the people in the insane asylum. And I'm sure they're thinking, at least we're not an orange. Thank you. That was the lamest joke I've ever said.
I don't even get it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Batman. So yeah, next time maybe we'll do a Slender Man thing if I even continue this series because I didn't like reading it at all. So we probably won't be doing it again because I didn't like doing this.
You said this was the first episode.
Well, maybe it's the last episode. Who knows? But yeah, Slender Man. Oh, Slender Man. He's just stupid Five Nights at Freddy's has gained all the popularity and taken everything away from poor Slendy. As you know, I love Slender the Arrival. We played Slender the Arrival on their channel. Yay, Slender. Are there any good Slender Man creepypastas? I know Slender Man's kind of a creepypasta himself.
Well,
but
there's the original one that is kind of the basis of everything.
Maybe we'll write and read our own. I'm Jack Daniels. Daniels, that's the last name. I'm gonna go report that it's a self-aware Slender Man movie. Movie? What? Script? Okay, yeah, I don't know. Story? Who knows? Okay, thank you guys for watching this. Nobody's listening to it past this point. Yeah, even I won't. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this, and bye.
Bye. Bye.
Go to sleep.